March 26, 2026. This is the third grade. I'm 9 years old at this time. At this time, I'm in the third grade, so we're still all the black kids. Fourth grade will be more interesting next month. April 26th, we'll be discussing that. But third grade, it was pretty uneventful. But before I get into that, I want to mention sometimes things are brought to your attention. My wife, she and her sisters have one of those feeds where they text one another as I guess a group text. I've never been a part of one of those, but you know, it is what it is. But sometimes she'll show me things that I'm not interested in, but once you see it, you know how that go. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So she brought something to my attention, and I couldn't unsee it. So those that know, you know. Sometimes things take place in Cleveland County, Waco, Cherryville. So, well, this is what I have to say about sometimes relationships between a man and a woman. The Bible says about physical harming a woman. The Bible generally condemns violence as sinful and an offense against God, often associating it with weakness while containing narratives of violence. Scripture emphasizes loving others with laws prohibiting sexual violence and requiring compensation for injury. Christian teaching largely views abuse as inconsistent with biblical marriage. So sometimes things may take place, but as a man, we have to, even if we feel like it's some form of gaslighting and just not knowing the full extent of it, but once law enforcement enters it, it becomes something totally different. So to say all that, I wish this family well. I hope everything works out. And things take place, and so it's going to take the system of the law to prove your innocence. And if you're innocent, I hope everything turns out fine and there's some kind of public apology. But if you're guilty, a lot of times chips just fall where they fall, and I just pray that everything works out for yourself and your family. The fact that I'm familiar with you personally. And so that's all I say about that. Marriage can be different. I think it's one of the most unnatural unities that two people can undergo, bound by laws of biblical and laws of court. So we all just do the best you can do as being a better human being. And as far as this war, that's terrible. So let's just see. The Bible portrays war as a tragic sequence of sin and a fallen world, not part of God's original design, yet sometimes permitted or necessary for justice and defense. War is a result of sin and human fallibility, a fallen reality. God is not ideal for war, but rather a sequence of human sin, hatred, and evil. So definitely war is not God's ideal. So the Bible a lot of time work how persons use it to work for themselves. And a lot of us, like myself, I've always had some war inside of me. And I've never spent one day not willing to battle that war. But a war in a on foreign soil, I could never be a part of that. I could never be a part of that. And when we get further after high school, we'll talk about me presenting myself to the military. So my son, we did what we needed to do to get him in college and help him get himself out of college, and he's living a full, healthy life. And I know he's not interested in any form of war. But if this country, a foreign nation, bring war to this United States, I'll be the first to do whatever I can do to help defend it. And that's what I'll say about that. Just hope for the best for the world to heal. So I'm gonna get into my childhood, dealing with some of the third grade, because at this time I don't have my personal tutor, Miss Poston. So at some point, report cards were issued, and I remember hearing my mom say to her two older children that she refused to have a half-bastard child doing better than her two children in school. And so I just thought to myself, oh, okay, you damn near killed me at 5 years old. Y'all taking my tutor from me. So what's getting ready to take place? That lady, I know she offered to help this whole family. So that was just that. So the things that took place after that, my mom worked third shift, and so I guess her husband got the message. So one night before school, he was helping me count pennies to 100. And I guess I got stuck at like 96 or 97. And so I don't remember anything taking place that night, but that morning, breakfast, dress for school, and there's a picture I had aired where my two younger siblings are sitting with me, and the look on my face was not so happy. So I heard him say to me, "Your mama just got here, so come over here." So and count these pennies. So I started counting the pennies, and I got stuck at, I guess, 96, 97, somewhere in that area. And so he slapped the crap out of me, and started raising his voice at me, and I'm thinking, oh, what the heck? And so she came on in the house and asked, why are you doing this to him so early in the morning? So I know I went to school that day with a swollen face and just a terrible day. So, and along with the school system, I realized that it was just an experiment, and nobody had our best interests. from home to the school system, in which we'll go farther in that. So I survived the third grade and uh, learned how to count to 100 with no help from that person. So another memory, um, Mom would drive to the laundromat, and my older male sibling, she, we would go with her, and so there was a grocery store connected to this laundromat called Winn-Dixie. So my sibling came and asked me to come with him, and so we went into the grocery store. I know we didn't have any money, so I'm thinking, why are we here? So I saw where they had some toys. So he wanted me to help take something, a toy. So I remember, and he told me just take it. So I don't know. I guess something had taken place with he earlier, and with the manager. So I got an airplane, and so the manager stopped us and said, you know, I thought I asked you not to come back in here. So he walked us down to the laundromat and said, you know, we're not allowed to come in the store again. So she asked what happened, and he says, we were taking a toy. So I'm thinking, okay, what took place when I was 5, being accused, we're gonna freaking die. So to my surprise, she just looked at us and said, stay out of that store, don't go back in there. You don't have any money. And I'm thinking, that's it? So I'm still thinking, okay, when we get home, she's gonna destroy us, and I don't know which one of us is gonna get it the worst. I've already gotten dealt with something I didn't do at 5. So here I am at 9. I know it's gonna be a killing. So because it was her favorite child involved, nothing took place. Blew my freaking mind, man. So another thing that took place around that time, Pop bought some boxing gloves, and he tried to get my older sibling and I to fight or to box each other. And you know, I was crazy about my older brother. We put the gloves on and kind of just tapped one another, and he was. We wasn't interested in that, so he just took it that we didn't know what to do. So he put a pair of gloves on and said to me to watch my older sibling. So he got him to start punching, and he punched him pretty hard, and he went down, and he got irritated and upset, and so he took him. He saw he was upset, so he asked him to give the gloves to me. So he helped me put them on, and so Pop's on his knees, and so he asked me to punch him. So I had watched him punch my brother, so I started doing what I watched him do to my brother. I started punching, and so you know he made some kind of positive reaction that I may have some fight in me. So I'm punching in him, and he punched me and put me down. So I got back up, and I wasn't crying, so I wanted to hit him. I'm like, you on your knees, and you saying to me, I can hit you? Let's get it, man. So I started punching him, and he knocked me down again, and I got back up, and so I started fighting him with all my might and trying to the same way he had put beatings out on all of us. That's what I saw take place. So I'm using all my effort and I'm fighting this grown man. And so he put me down and yelled at me that, we boxing, we're not fighting. So I got up and stopped fighting and just started, trying to punch. And so you guys know what that will do for a young little boy getting punched by a grown construction worker man? Well, it does something. So the next day he came home and I says to him, we're gonna box. So we put the gloves on after dinner and we boxing and I'm trying to fight. And so then he get pissed off and said, if you're gonna fight, we're not gonna do it anymore because I've said to you, it's boxing. And I'm thinking that in my mind, it's just an opportunity to beat the crap out of you, man. So he stopped that. We didn't do it anymore, and so that was that. But what I found out, I could take a punch. Yeah, I could take a punch. So my sibling and we never put the gloves on against one another, but I would put them on just, I don't know, boxing the air or whatever. So that was kind of different. So I remember my older sibling. Like I said, I was crazy about my brother because Pop said, I'm to stick with him. I follow him, do what he does, and so I was cool with that. Show me how to move in the world. So my older sibling had a conversation that he didn't want me to follow him anymore. And I'm thinking, what? I mean, I don't cause you to get beatings or anything. I do what you direct me to do. So Pop says to me, you can't follow your older brother anymore. So you're on your own. So I just thought, okay, so the first opportunity I saw from that was at church. And that was, we would usually, be around other persons, and I would be standing beside my brother and just monitoring what's taking place. So there was this gentleman that would sometime pick on my brother, and I see where my brother would get pissed off. So I'm feeling some kind of way towards this person. So once I couldn't be around him anymore, I would probably just stand a certain distance, just watching what's going on. So I noticed this older person, was picking on him and upsetting him, and my pop, was watching and got involved and said to the person, you leave him alone. And I'm not going to say what the person's name is, but if you like bananas, you can associate it with that. And this person later on became a minister at that church, and my pop, he really didn't care. He was just interested in holding a title as a deacon. And this, from what I understood, this man always treated him with a form of disrespect but when you don't have a respect for your family, how can you expect anyone to have respect for you, whether you hold a deaconship or whatever? But A lot of us know what that stuff's about. It doesn't mean anything other than what it means to that individual. So, so that was that. I was on my work, in the world, and I was cool with that. I was cool with that. And I've been feeling much healthier. You know, grass season was just started, so I cut the grass, and I'm really been feeling a little my physical therapies that I did on myself. I've really have progressed, so I have a lot more energy. I feel stronger. So I think I'm gonna find a couple of hair salons that I can volunteer a couple days of the week, and on Saturdays. And so I'll be, Nikki, I'll be coming to see you soon. Excited about coming to see your hair salon for the first time, and so I'm looking forward to that. And speaking of what sometimes we do with the Bible, when when it's time for persons to vote, I don't really know what a lot of this means anymore with the world and society. But you can see this is the Bible. And there are times where they asked us, do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and so help yourself God? So I guess it goes, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And that's some silly shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I just always thought that was pretty darn ridiculous. And now with all the lying, openly lying that persons do that have been sworn. So that's the reason we need lie detector tests. I mean, those watches that monitor our heartbeat, our heart rate, our glucose, our steps. So AI is being, it's coming. It's coming where we're going to find ourselves in front of AI judging how much lying are we actually doing. So we all know now that this has never been sacred to a true, passionate liar. So y'all should just get rid of that. Just ask the person, are they going to tell the truth? But leave this out of it, because this is only means something to the person that it actually means something. So if you live your life between the pages of the Bible, then if you're living a good life, that's all that matters. And if you're not living your life between the pages of the Bible, then and you're just living a good life and you promote love and just your God energy that no one can judge, but they can see it from your example of your quality of life and your quality of a human being, because that's all we are. We're just human beings. We're just human beings. We're sexual beings. We're human beings. And sometimes we may be a human being that's overeating, over sexualized, over the lust for money. But at the end of the day, we're just human beings. That's all we are. Nothing more, nothing less. But we do have evil in us, and we have God energy in us. And we make a conscious choice. But I have met a person that has no conscience. I worked in a salon with a person that didn't have a conscience. and he proved that to me. And I won't go into it because next year, 2027, we're gonna talk about some things that took place in the hair world. Because I'm still a hairdresser. I'm disabled, but I really want to get out of the house because I do love people. I just don't like people, but I love them. So the fact that I love people, I can always have some likable moments. I can. So I'm excited about shampooing some person's hair and being in a salon environment, and hopefully, because I've met a lot of cool clients working from every end of Charlotte, north, south, east, west ends of Charlotte. So I'm really looking forward to that and spending some Saturdays shampooing some hair. Because the salon that I have here, being in Gastonia, Gastonia is not it's not a fashionable town. Is not an upscale town. The best school in Gastonia is a private school, and thank God we was able to send Blake there. But Charlotte does have a lot to offer in the white beauty industry. I looked at online, and where Craigslist used to have like two long rows of the hair industry persons looking for hairdressers. And the only thing I saw in there was probably about 5 or 6, and it was all black, and it was basically mobile persons that and braids and whatnot. But the only hair industry that I see in Charlotte now is barbershops and the white hair industry. So I never burn bridges, so I will always be able to approach a salon that I have previously worked at, or just to see what's out there. I'm looking forward to that. But I really support the idea of bringing lie detector tests to help our country to become a more honest and forthright species. So, draw some good energy from the universe, because the world is big. The world is big. Those wars that those persons do, I'm not in the room with them. And Trump, do your best to be the best human being that you could possibly be. You wanted that job, you have that job, and if you only want that job to try to hide behind the information. All of our information is out here, man. All of it. So people have already formed in their mind that you was a part of the Trump, Epstein, and all that darkness and madness, that we now know that rich people are just crazy as all get up. And a lot of civilians are crazy as all get up. A lot of poor people are crazy. Just people in general. So it's a choice. Pedophilia is not just with the rich. And the darkness is not just with the rich. Or persons that has a much larger bank account than the rest of us. And social media, I'm so proud of you young persons, or just you real cool fly people that getting on social media and acknowledging things about your profession, things about your life, and things of circumstances that you've been in. and I stepped away from social media, but because everything was just mindless, senseless, stupid, and ridiculous. So I find myself getting on social media and just the algorithm, it just puts stuff out there in front of you, and so when I see young people, and I talk about my past, and I was really wanting it to spark other young persons because I'm an old dude. I've survived my past, and I'm surviving this madness that this country is in. But these young people that you are you're fearless. You're so fearless to put yourself and just put the information that you out here sharing, and I love you guys for that. The only place I'll ever meet you is on social media. So when I throw a heart or 10 hearts, it what you had to say, it touched me, and it just fill me up that you're not out in the streets doing that, removing another person from life. So stay on social media, just chatting it up, and I can see it in some of you guys' face where you're feeling better about inhaling and exhaling. And like I was saying, things will show up on your social media, and young people, middle aged people, older persons with I don't know, a youthful mindset. 'Cause we all are waiting on something. So this is something that came across my feed. They say that good things come to those who wait, but the best things come to those who pray. Isn't that cool? God has the perfect timing, never early, never late. It takes a little patience. It takes a lot of faith, but it's worth the wait. So you're out here that's waiting on life to unfold for you. Just be patient with it. Yesterday is gone. Right now, it's the present. I'm not having a good day, I'm having a great day. So if you can't have a good day, have a great day. Have a great day. And don't let anyone put their malice and ugliness onto you to where it's gonna remove yourself from having a good day. Because it's a choice. It's a choice. There are people out here are lost in the darkness, but you had that light about you, and you have that positive energy. Just let it come to surface. Let it come to surface. So I'll see you guys April 26, 2026. I just only have a lot of love for the human race. And to my good friends, my lifelong friends, and my forever friends, I love you guys. And I do miss you. Talk soon.
causeth shame.
So we're gonna do 30
Blessings are upon the
squats.
head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverteth his ways shall be known. He that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up stripes, but love covereth all sins. In the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is mere destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. He that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander, is a fool. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise.
Push-ups.
The tongue of the just is as choice as silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous
I'll be down here doing
the fools die
25
for want of
push-ups.
The blessing of the Lord is
So
maketh
when I come up,
rich, and he
can't
hath
see.
no sorrow with it.
I'm sure
It
you're
is a
hearing me.
sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. The fear of the wicked it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more. But the righteous is an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth, and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh frowardness. Proverbs 11. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them. The transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perisheth. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth, and when the wicked perish, there is shouting. By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted,
30 minutes.
but it is overthrown.
Do that quick workout. 30
He that is
squats.
void of wisdom despiseth his
20
neighbor.
to 25
The
push-ups.
man of understanding holdeth his peace.
And you can do those
revealeth secrets,
core
but he that is of a faithful
on
spirit
floor.
concealeth the matter.
Supporting
No
yourself.
counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors
Supporting
there
it.
is safety.
Abdomen up.
He
On
that
all
is surety
fours.
for a stranger shall smart for it, and
Without
he that
touching the
heedeth
floor.
suretyship is sure. A gracious woman
Maneuver your way
and strong men
where you're on all fours
retain
with them,
riches. The merciful man
abdomen is
doeth good to his
facing
own
the
self,
forward.
but he that is cruel troubleth
So
his own flesh.
I see you
The
guys
wicked worketh a deceitful work,
April
but to him that
26th,
soweth righteousness shall be a
2026.
sure reward. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it,